But you know what today is? Yeah, I'm going to keep the glasses on for Music Monday. Welcome back to Music Monday. What is it today? People are saying I look like Rachel Maddow in these. I don't know. I like them. Okay. Now I can see them on screen. Let me see. Yeah, they're a little... It's like I'm a 60s professor in the Northeast or like a lesbian in the 20-teens. Music Monday. Where's my song? I don't see my song. Oh, here it is. Okay. Today's song was suggested by the mysterious Michaela. It's called The Fate of Ophelia. It's by Taylor Swift. Oh, this one just came out. Okay. Well, now I'm glad I have my glasses so I can really pay attention to the video. Taylor Swift, 9.3 million views in 14 hours. And here's the context. I love how they had to write this. In William Shakespeare's Hamlet, Ophelia's fate is a tragic drowning after she descends into madness driven by the rejection from Hamlet and the death of her father Polonius. Just thank you for that. Thank you. I've read Hamlet. But I have reached, thank you. I want to say thank you to the producers for telling me a major plot point of the most famous play ever written by the most famous playwright ever. I mean that sincerely. Thank you. That was very thoughtful of you. It's going to be a song about Adam and Eve. To be like, and just context, Adam and Eve are two figures from this little red book called Genesis. Okay, take it away.
I heard you calling on the megaphone. You wanna see me all alone. As legend has it, you are quite the pyro. You light the match to watch it blow. And if you'd never call for me, I might have drowned in the melancholy. I swore my loyalty to me, myself, and I, right before you lit my sky up. All that time I sat alone in my tower, you were just honing your powers. Now I can see it all. Late one night, you dug me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. Keep it 100 on the land, may I see the sky. Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes.
Now put a pause here. So this lyric's kind of interesting. So all that time I sat alone in my tower. I swore loyalty to me, myself, and I before you lit up my sky. You were just honing your powers. Now I see it all late one night. You dug me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. But what is the fate of Ophelia? You know, it's not that Ophelia was just terribly selfish, sitting up in her tower, you know, thinking about me, myself, and I. She really loved Hamlet. And Hamlet, feigning madness, gets rid of her, you know, and he says, "Get thee to a nunnery." That's the famous line. "Get thee to a nunnery." You know, I count myself passing honest, and yet I could accuse myself of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me, something like that. And he sends her off, and she kills herself. So what is the fate? To be a spurned lover here? You know, there's actually a kind of there's a little bit of a disagreement here. It's not that, because especially if you read this in Taylor Swift's life, it's that she was just caring about herself, me, myself, and I. But then, her fiance comes along and saves her from the fate of Ophelia. Yeah, that's if you're really trying to read an autobiographical aspect into this song. But her songs are autobiographical, so I guess that's a reasonable thing to do. You say, this is kind of the knock on Taylor Swift, is she just cares about herself and she's just a feminist, an independent woman, whatever. But actually, what she's admitting here is, no, that's not the case. That's kind of a red herring, the me, myself, and I stuff. Because really, she wants to be loved. She wants to be in a relationship. She wants to be married. That's why half her songs are about ex-boyfriends. On the one hand, there's a real selfishness to that, but on the other, it shows at least that she's still trying to pursue some kind of relationship with another person. Hypocrisy is the tribute vice pays to virtue. Text Knowles to 989898. I want to be very blunt. Gold is up around 40% this year. That is not speculation, that is a reality. If a portion of your savings is not diversified into gold, you are missing the boat. Here are the facts. Inflation is still too high. The US dollar is still too weak. The government debt is insurmountable. This is why central banks are flocking to gold. They're the ones driving prices up to record highs. But it is not too late to buy gold from Birch Gold Group and get in the door now. Birch Gold will help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. You do not pay a dime out of pocket. I'm a little bit of a gold bug, so I've got a decent amount of gold in my portfolio. And as I mentioned, it's up 40% this year, so it's pretty good. Just text Knowles, KNWLES, to 989898. Claim your free info kit. No obligation, just useful information. The best indicator of the future is the past, and gold has historically been a safe haven for millennia. What else can say that? Text Knowles, KNWLES, to 989898. Right now, claim your free info kit on gold. That is Knowles, KNWLES, to 989898. Protect your future today with Birch Gold. So she's admitting, no. It's not that I've been saved from the fate of some, mad old spinster or some, witch or something. It's that I've been saved from the fate of Ophelia because I really do love. I want to love and be loved. I want a man. I want a husband. Okay, keep going.
The eldest daughter of a nobleman, Ophelia lived in fantasy. But love was a cold bed full of scorpions. The venom stole her sanity. And if you'd never called for me, I might have lingered in purgatory. You wrap around me like a chain, a crown, a vine, pulling me into the fire. All that time I sat alone in my tower, you were just haunting your powers. Now I can see it all. Late one night, you took me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. Don't care where the hell you've been, 'cause now your mind, it's about to be the sleepless night you've been dreaming of. The fate of Ophelia is locked inside my memory, and only you possess the key. No longer drowning and deceived, all because you came for me. Locked inside my memory, and only you possess the key. No longer drowning and deceived, all because you came for me. All that time I sat alone in my tower, you were just haunting your powers. Now I can see it all. I can see it all. Late one night, you dug me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. Don't care where the hell you've been, 'cause now your mind, it's about to be the sleepless night you've been dreaming of. The fate of Ophelia.
Put a pause here. This is actually a very interesting song because don't forget, where did they write in the context here? Yeah. So the context is wrong because it says Ophelia's fate is a tragic drowning after she descends into sorry, that's fair enough. After she descends into madness. I thought it said he descends into madness because a lot of people say they refer to Hamlet descending into madness, but he doesn't. He feigns madness, and he feigns madness because he wants to kill the king because the king killed his father and then married his mother. And so he pretends before Rosencrantz and Guildenstern to be crazy, and what a piece of work is a man, how noble, right? So he does all of this, and she has this line here. She goes, I was here wasting away, and you were just honing your powers. I sat alone in my tower. You were just honing your powers. Now I can see it all. And it's this kind of what if. I guess it's like a what if of Hamlet. What if Ophelia knew that Hamlet had a plan, and he was going to try to kill the king, and it was all going to. And she didn't go and kill herself because she was so despondent over his get thee to a nunnery. And what if it had all worked out? Now, first of all, what would have happened is that there would be no story. There'd be no greatest play ever written. But it's written from this perspective of what if we had just worked out? Because for me, it did work out. And we don't have to read this as autobiographical, though it's hard not to because she just got engaged to Travis Kelce. But let's just say the character that Taylor Swift is playing is saying, but it did work out for me. In the greatest tragedy, it probably in the English language, I have the comedy version of it. I'm living the comedy version because it did work out. And, there's been a lot of up and downs here. And look, I don't care where you've been. Listen, man of mine, I don't care where you've been. I know there's been a lot up and down, but now you're mine. It's about to be the sleepless night you've been dreaming of. Get it? You think that's a nice little juxtaposition. You think sleepless nights are when you toss and turn because you're all upset, but the sleepless night she's talking about is going to be a little more fun than, what I'm talking about. This is a wholesome show, so I'm not going to tell you what it means. It's clever. This is a clever lyric. Okay, keep going.
Saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia.
Yeah, okay. That's pretty good. Is she going to keep doing this, though, when she gets married? Is she going to keep, jiggling around in little outfits and stuff? I don't know. I don't know that. Oh, well, I don't think I'd want my wife doing that. But whatever. Taylor Swift is, she has $1 billion brand. And that's a good song. I'm not going to be listening to it too much. I'd probably take this over some, felonious concert in Atlanta to get my car busted into, like Professor Jacob. But it's a bop and it's clever. It's good. It's good. Well done, Taylor. Well done. That's good. It's literate. It's very literary. That was a great clip. Now stop, ring the bell, subscribe. We'll see you next time.